Going to turn to the battle over evidence in the Idaho college murders case. A high-stakes hearing will decide what evidence will be allowed at the murder trial this July. Kana Whitworth is in Boise, Idaho with more. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Michael, good morning to you. This will be a crucial day in court as the judge is expected to hear arguments over 170 recent filings. And the defense is trying to dictate everything from how their client can be described to who can be in the courtroom, while the prosecution is trying to force Bryan Kohberger to the stand himself and defend his own alibi during trial.
This morning, the man accused of murdering Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin back in court for a consequential hearing that will shape this summer's trial. The judge hearing arguments from both sides on what evidence should be presented to the jury, including the defendant's Amazon search history, text messages from the surviving roommates, witness descriptions, and testimony about DNA.
When it comes to evidentiary hearings, the prosecution's goal is trying to admit as much damning evidence as possible, while the defense is attempting to limit how much evidence comes in that is detrimental to their case.
Bryan Kohberger is accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death in an off-campus home in November of 2022. And the prosecution alleges his DNA was found on a knife sheath at the murder scene. The murder weapon was never found, but prosecutors say the defendant purchased a K-bar knife like this one with a sheath and a sharpener on Amazon. While his defense, who says he is innocent, argues anyone in the family could have made the purchase, prosecutors say they have a witness that will testify it was Bryan. The prosecution also plans on critical testimony from the 2 girls in the home that survived. One of them telling authorities she saw a man in a mask with bushy eyebrows in the home that night, a description the defense once banned during trial. Prosecutors plan to show the jury this selfie they say the defendant took hours after the murders and allow the jury to decide for themselves about the appearance of his eyebrows. The defense has long argued the roommate's account lacks credibility and point to her cell phone records showing she was on her phone as early as 7:30 a.m., checking social media and job search websites before eventually calling 911 nearly 8 hours after her friends were murdered.
Now, the defense will push to have the death penalty taken off the table, citing what they say is Kohberger's autism spectrum disorder. We also expect to see new lawyers on both sides make an appearance today.